World UFO Day. Is President Donald Trump about to reveal aliens have visited Earth? Will he be forced to do so? In 1947, July 4th exactly, what happened was that there was an alien craft that crashed in Roswell, New Mexico. That happened on July 4th. It was reported to the press on July 8th by Roswell Army Airfield RAAF Public Information Officer Walter Haut. World UFO Day has indicated more and more that people believe aliens exist and may have even visited the Earth. John Austin reports for Express UK. Alien chasers hope the annual event will pressure world leaders to release top-secret flying saucer files, X-files, disclosure on UFOs and alien technology, and even admit that a massive cover-up over alien life has been going on for years. UFOers have been keeping their eyes on the skies to celebrate the global fascination with the flying saucer. There are some fascinating images here in this article. I'll leave a link below for you, Express UK. The black and white images are quite old. Some of them are from 1929, 1932, a few months after the Pearl Harbor incident, a fleet of UFOs swarming at night over Pearl Harbor, etc. I'm sure you'll enjoy them. Now, this event is now in the 17th year, UFO Day. According to World UFO Day website, it's dedicated to raising awareness about the undoubted existence of UFOs and with that intelligence beings from outer space, in other words, alien beings. The website also is part of a campaign to get international governments to declassify their X-files on UFO sightings throughout their history. It's convinced that something might be about to happen. An article to coincide with this year's event said, quote, "We at World UFO Day feel something is in the air. Since December 21st, a lot of interesting turns have made. The UFO community believe that there will be a release. The image of UFO believers has made a shift. People around us are opening up to the truth that has been there all along. Is it time for the truth about UFOs to come out in 2017? So this website believes President Trump could be the key, and it said when Trump first became president, there were many hopeful signs that his push for more transparent and accountable government would translate into greater openness, where the truth would finally come out about UFOs and extraterrestrial life. Whistleblowers were ready to come forward to testify about a host of illegal government activities if they were given protection to reveal their secrets. This culminated in the belief that disclosure of extraterrestrial life was imminent early in the Obama administration. 4 years later, those early hopes look positively naive. They have Stephen Greer here has an embedded video. Also, the fact that Paul Hellyer, the former Canadian Minister of Defense, has for many decades been coming out stating that he has been a witness to UFOs in Canada, and he's been giving the details about UFOs and aliens working with each other, aliens giving technology, new technology to especially the American military and government, and the fact that former US presidents knew of aliens and that they're also in underground bunkers helping with new technology, modern technology, etc. Government transparency did not open up national security archives to researchers, and whistleblower protection did not happen after all. The Trump administration went on record to disavow any interest in investigating claims that Roswell crash really involved otherworldly UFOs, and there was no disclosure of extraterrestrial life visiting our world. But what has changed 4 years after Obama's first presidential election is that the world is better prepared for accepting extraterrestrial life if it exists or not. The website said a recent survey found 80 million Americans, that's 36% of the US population, believe UFOs are real. A separate Express survey, Express UK, the paper survey, found that 36% of people asked who is most likely to reveal the existence of aliens, thought it would be Donald Trump. A whopping 37,800 people responded to the online survey as saying that Mr. Trump could be the disclosure president. Britain's X-Files reveal secret UFO hotbed in Skegness. The Ministry of Defense documents, referred to as Britain's X-Files, reveal a UFO hovered over Skegness for hours, but the RAF were told to stay away. Sean Martin reports for Express UK. Declassified reports making up 15 files, uncovering shocking revelations, boosting claims that aliens once visited Britain. The most prominent case came in October 5th, 1996. That's when several witnesses reported seeing rotating flashing lights above the Wash in Skegness in Lincolnshire. That's on the east coast of England, facing the continental European area. Despite panic among locals, the RAF was overruled at the highest level and told to ignore the potential threat. Police statements from the time reveal witnesses reporting seeing bright flashing red, blue, and white lights hovering stationary in the sky. The lack of response from British officials prompted strong criticism of them. The then Defense Secretary Michael Portillo, which described the military's lack of reaction as an absolute shambles. A letter from the unnamed government official on House of Commons headed paper read, quote, "I am very concerned about an incident that occurred off the Anglian coast recently involving a visual unidentified flying craft, sighting which was correlated by various different military radar systems." So it was picked up on radar as well. The letter adds that it was incredible that no aircraft were scrambled when an uncorrelated target was picked up so close to the coast. Well, that goes without saying, because it could have been an enemy craft of some type and it would have been invading UK territory. So UK aircraft or Air Force had to go and scramble and get it out of the way, unless they believed it was a UFO and were scared to go up. Now, the unnamed writer then asks why RAF Coningsby, which was stationed just a few miles away, were overruled at the highest level, and why police recordings of the incident disappeared into the bowels of your ministry's main building, they said, in a revelation which is bound to excite alien conspiracy theorists. The document then reads, quote, "The RAF is supposed to, or so I believe, to be keeping a watchful eye on activity in the UK, but seems to have no idea what is going on. Do they have standard procedures for these incidents? They had enough time to think about it because the object was on our radar for upwards of 7 hours. 7 hours? And they didn't scramble it?" And it goes on to say, "While I am interested in finding out what was seen, my primary concern stems from the absolute shambles that such events can cause." End quote. The documents state that following an official probe, experts concluded that it was a natural phenomenon stemming from a celestial source, whatever that means. The closed case reads, quote, "The prolonged sighting of stationary colored flashing lights reported by the Skegness police on October 5, 1996, had no significance for the integrity of UK airspace, and no associated air vehicle was detected by civil or military radars." Now, despite the official conclusion, UFO theorists believe that this is not the end of the story due to the way in which the Ministry of Defense released the files. Nick Pope, a former Ministry of Defense employee who worked for the government's UFO project in 1991 to 94, said, quote, "The release of these real-life X-Files shows that the UFO mystery lives on and that there's still huge interest in this fascinating topic. These files will give people a revealing insight into the bizarre and intriguing aspect of Ministry of Defense business. Sadly, there's no smoking gun in these files that will prove we've been visited by extraterrestrials, but there are plenty of intriguing UFO reports as well as policy papers explaining how the Ministry of Defense handled this subject. The lack of a smoking gun and the fact that these files seem to have been slipped out without a formal media announcement is bound to start some conspiracy theories, and I know that many people believe the good stuff is being held back. Furthermore, the fact that some files have not been digitized, cannot be downloaded, and can only be viewed in person in the National Archives will doubtlessly also generate conspiracy theories.